Hello, everyone. First, I wanted to say that I enjoyed listening to Titus's TED Talk. I really appreciate him wanting to speak about this subject, and I enjoyed listening to it. On top of that, in regards to my opinions, I agree with everything that Titus said. I think he brought together a lot of good points, and these are actually thoughts and opinions that I've had before in regards to changing his or quote unquote changing history. Um, and when I was listening to the TED Talk, the first thing that came to mind was like Dr. Boston put in on the Moodle site was the Civil War statues, specifically the Confederate soldier statues that exist in various parts of our nation. And I think there's a couple, I think on Chapel Hill's campus, and I know that students were petitioning to take it down. And so that's the first thing that came to mind. And so when Titus was bringing up the point of amending history, not necessarily changing or destroying history, but amending it, I couldn't help but think, like, how does that take form in regards to these statues? Is it calling for the removal? Is it calling for essentially like a little paragraph beside the statue that brings forth like a current like perspective on that in today's like society? Like, what exactly does amended look like? And so, in my opinion, um, I feel like, as Taj was saying, a refocusing. And so, I feel like a refocusing would be calling for the removal of the statue in such a public place as a college campus, and removing it and putting it at a different location where it can still be looked at, where it can still be admired or whatever. But of course, there would still be that sort of paragraph, sort of information that says like why it was removed, the history behind that statue, and things like that. So it's not necessarily being celebrated in a public area, but it's being sort of refocused, as I think Titus would mean when he would talk about this statue. So that's my opinions. I feel like in regards to the Confederate statue, that in regards to Confederate soldier statue, I feel like it should be removed, but it shouldn't necessarily just be destroyed or hidden away, but just taken down and placed in a different location where its history can still be seen, but not in a public sphere as if we were celebrating it. And so I really want to point out too that he said a specific thought where history shouldn't be changed, but it should be refocused. And I think that's exactly what should happen in regards to a lot of the history that we have. Um, we put a lot of emphasis on like the victors of history, on like specific what's it called, figures in history that on their accomplishments and things like that, but we don't necessarily put emphasis on their sort of mistakes, on their misgivings, on their lapses in judgment. And I think refocusing that would tell the story of a lot of other people that had an impact on these historical figures' lives. I think that's important to understand as well. Thank you.